Our firm specializes in all types of catastrophic injury cases. That includes bicycle cases, trucking accidents, car accidents, motorcycle accidents, pedestrian accidents, wrongful death cases, any type of significant injury case where a family and their loved ones require a high level of care. We recently resolved a case a couple of months ago where we used MotionLit for illustrative purposes, both for a confidential settlement video as well as a day in the life of the various family members. Our case involved a very tragic trucking accident where our client was killed in the accident due to the recklessness and negligence of a drunk driver. Unfortunately, our client passed away, and we represented the heirs of the decedent in that case. And we used MotionLit to bring out both the day in the life and the realities presented to the various members of the family, as well as bringing to life the emotions and the various traumas and realities that they had to live with. So one of the hardest things that we have to do as lawyers is to place a value on the most priceless of things in this world, which is the life of a person. This is a challenge that we face in all of our wrongful death cases, along with other lawyers and colleagues in our field. And one of the most effective ways that we have found in trying to place a value on the priceless nature of the most dear thing, which is the human life, is trying to put it into video and showing the traumatic injuries, the emotional injuries, the psychological injuries of the various family members, the decedents, etc. We like to call that here in our office as showing the invisible injury. To us, showing something that cannot be seen by the naked eye through the family and the friends and the people that have been mostly affected is the hardest part. That's where we utilize MotionLit to bring about the invisible injury that cannot be seen by the naked eye, but we put the story together so it's never lost, and years later the realities and the effects to all the people that have been affected are preserved, and they're represented in an honorable and correct fashion for the unfortunate decedent. The case that we just discussed is a confidential case where it was resolved for $6 million. That was the maximum policy limits available under the insurance of the at-fault party. So what we used MotionLit for was to get their testimony and their own words on video and in their own normal and comfortable environment, as opposed to a legal deposition or a courtroom, something that was more natural, where the clients are more comfortable discussing the unfortunate set of circumstances that they're placed in. And in addition to getting the video from the family members and the decedent heirs, we used MotionLit to do a quick reenactment of the actual facts of the incident in a cartoon graphic, just to bring to life the significance of the impact, the abrasiveness and the recklessness of the defendant. And then we led to the story and the consequences that were very unfortunate for our clients. Aside from the most recent case that we had with MotionLit involved that settled for the maximum policy of $6 million, so we had been litigating for about 3.5 years on a very catastrophic and unfortunate set of circumstances. Our client had been in the hospital for about 4 months due to multiple orthopedic injuries and a brain injury. And we had to use MotionLit to go into the hospital, into the rehab facilities, and into the client's home throughout the process of the recovery. And this was different than the wrongful death scenario where we used MotionLit, where it was mostly the family. This particular one from 4 years ago that was a highly contentious case was with the actual injured party. Our client, who had suffered multiple orthopedic and head trauma injuries, was constrained and restricted to various medical hospitals and rehab facilities. And we knew that in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, our client was going to heal properly, hopefully, and that was our hope. But we didn't want that period of time, that year or 2 years where he was suffering traumatically prior to the trial date, for that to be lost. We had to capture the realities of that period. Get MotionLit involved early on in the case. Do not wait until it's too late or until you're getting close to mediation or you're getting closer to trial. Settlement videos allow us, the plaintiff's attorneys, to present and to bring to life the words that we're so accustomed to putting on paper. Use MotionLit to brainstorm your ideas and your themes and what you're thinking of doing in your case. At the end of the day, they're also professionals in the same field. They've seen many cases. They are expert videographers and editors that their job is to bring about a good finished product, so they can help you brainstorm various ideas and themes that you have. And it's very important to get creative. Add the graphics, put together a settlement package, day in the life, all this stuff. Everything helps your client at the end of the day, and it will increase your opportunity to maximize your battle for your client.